Jos Verstappen as well is pretty much slowed to a crawl here, so we're going to have to try and make sure we get around him. As we're going to now lap Jos, who we overtook not that long ago. I reckon Coulthard might have a puncture in this Grand Prix, as that is not the line through there. So if he can limp back round to the pit lane, he should be alright. But David Coulthard, late drama here, as Janine now is falling off the pace as well. Has everyone else suddenly picked up a puncture towards the end of this race? And is there suddenly an opportunity for us to win this? It'll depend whether Coulthard makes it back to the pit lane or not. This has got to be the dumbest race we've ever had, as I've taken 10 seconds out of DC, 15 seconds out of him down the back straight alone. Coulthard, though, it doesn't appear that he's pit. Schumacher's in the pits again, for whatever reason late on in the day. And now with 1 lap to go of the Chinese Grand Prix, the gap to David Coulthard is down to 30 seconds. This is the weirdest race I will ever have. We've had 5 cars running for most of the afternoon, and it seems like everyone that isn't a Jordan suddenly is picking up problems towards the end of this thing. Are we somehow going to snooker away a victory here late on in the day? I mean, if you're David Coulthard and McLaren, why wouldn't you have pit on that last lap? This race is making exactly 0 sense to me late on in the day, but I'm happy we never ended up going a lap down to DC, because we never would have had a chance to try and fight back towards the end of this thing, surely, as that gap is still continuing to come down on the final lap of this Grand Prix. We're not going to have the upset, not only of the season, but surely of the century here. So we make our way around the final few corners of Sector 2. That gap to Coulthard's down to 9 seconds. It is still coming down. Is he stuck behind Michael Schumacher? Is Michael Schumacher stuck behind him? No, he's not. There is David Coulthard here. What on earth is this late on in the day? And let's try and see if we can work out what's happened to the McLaren driver as we make our way out towards the back straight. We've still got to try and get to him before the end of this lap there. As yeah, that's not going to be any kind of concern, is it? What's happened to DC? I think he's run out of fuel. I reckon the AI ran out of fuel here late on in the day, and suddenly, with 3 quarters to go of the Chinese Grand Prix, we went from a minute and a half back to we are going to win the Chinese Grand Prix here out of nowhere. The biggest upset you will ever see. P3 in Australia, P2 in Malaysia, but from the back of the grid, it is going to be P1 here in Shanghai. I will never see anything like that ever again.